Coming up next on This Week in Torrance, a local restaurant announces a credit card breach.
Plus, the Torrance Police Department increases their safety efforts around Sleepy Hollow.
Then a group of women are recognized by a local school as Women of the Year.
And middle schoolers from the South Bay take the top spots at a unique tournament.
These stories and much more just seconds away.
Your local news starts right now. Hello, everyone, and welcome to This Week in Torrance. I'm Jin Chin.
And I'm Ben McCain. Thanks for joining us. Here are your top stories. Nearly 12,000 diesel-powered utility vehicles are being recalled. Torrance-based company Kubota announced the RTV X 110C series in model years 2013 to 2015 could catch fire if debris touches the exhaust manifold. Now, you can find the serial number on the data plate. Kubota says they received 7 reports of debris-related fires, but no reports of injuries. The Torrance-based company is known to sell agricultural equipment and also builds residential lawnmowers. The company says consumers should immediately stop using the vehicles and contact a dealer for a free inspection or repair. Kubota manufactures tractors and heavy equipment from Japan. The location in Torrance was built in 1972. If you have any questions, you can give Kubota a call at 1-800-752-0290.
And local residents and business owners interested in safety regulations at ExxonMobil are invited to an upcoming workshop. The California Environmental Protection Agency will host the forum at the Katie Geiser Civic Center Library. The meeting will discuss and address refinery regulations to shed light on community safety and concerns. Cal EPA safety manager says in light of the recent events at the Torrance refinery this past year, Torrance is an appropriate place to host such a conversation. Cal EPA's mission is to develop, implement, and enforce environmental laws that regulates a better environment. Other workshops will be held in other cities, including Martinez, Bakersfield, and San Luis Obispo.
Customers who dined at a local restaurant could have been victims of a credit card breach. The owner of the popular Elephant Bar restaurant revealed there was a breach affecting the payment card information of customers in 7 states. Among those locations, including the one here in Torrance, on November 3rd, there was an alert of a potential breach by its card processor. The investigation shows that someone installed software on the restaurant's processing systems to capture credit card information. The malware may have compromised payment and card data. Customers who made payments during August 12th to December 4th could be affected. Customers at the Torrance location were affected between September 11th and November 25th. The company has since disabled the malware and says it's once again safe to use credit cards at all of their restaurant locations. If you have any questions, you can call 866-578-5412.
The much-anticipated annual Rose Parade in Pasadena is now less than a month away. As decorators work hard to make the float come to life, the 127th Tournament of Roses unveiled the lineup for the parade. Torrance's float will be the 86th float that will make its way down Colorado Boulevard. This year's theme is Find Your Adventure. It grew out of a unique partnership between the Pasadena Tournament of Roses and the National Park Service. The tournament requires about 80,000 hours of manpower each year for this special day. Our Torrance CitiCABLE crew will be there for all the big moments, from judging day to test driving the float, and of course the big day when the Torrance Rose Float Association shows off their creation. Be sure to tune in for all the highlights.
A longtime South Bay resident is starring in a new reality TV show. The cable network A&E has a new reality show called Born This Way, which examines the lives of adults with Down syndrome. The show focuses on a group of 7 Down syndrome adults living in Los Angeles. One of the stars of the show is longtime Torrance Pals member Elena Ashmore, who has been an Olympian swimmer through Pals, a social club for teens and adults with intellectual disabilities that offers dances and social activities. In the show, Elena is described as a free spirit who loves to act and sing. The show's first air date was on December 8th. The show is a mini-series that will continue for 6 weeks.
Dozens of kids can now enjoy a brand new outdoor activity at the Salvation Army in Torrance. Thanks to generous donations and 3 weeks of refurbishments, the Salvation Army has turned its basketball court into a soccer mini pitch field. Salvation Army personnel say the basketball court was not being used to its maximum potential, and thanks to the donors and recommendations on what they should build, they were able to make this field come to life. A soccer pitch field is known as an outdoor playing area for various sports. During the school year, the after-school program helps 35 students, and in the summertime, up to 50.
Renters' demographics are not what you may expect. A recent study released by Harvard University's Joint Center for Housing Studies shows that the majority of renters are now 40 and older in age. The common assumption that 20-somethings are the primary renters is not true. The Census Bureau shows that nearly 51% of renters have celebrated their 40th birthday, which is 22.4 million households. The study says that affordability problems play a key role on the outcome of this data. Here in Torrance, 44% of its population are renters, while nearly 56% are homeowners.
Students and teachers will benefit in a big way thanks to the Torrance refinery. The ExxonMobil Foundation provided $100,000 to fund the Torrance Unified School District's teachers with grants which help boost education in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. 35 grants were submitted from the 59 district teachers, and of those, 49 teachers were presented with awards for 31 winning grant proposals. The judges review the grants carefully and make decisions that are best for the students.
We favor the grants that we know that they will continue throughout the years, that even if we only grant that this year, they will be able to use them for future years.
The awardees who won this year are asked to form a board to show what they've done with the grants. The hope is for more students to prosper in the fields of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. The grant selection committee is made up of employees and community volunteers who select the winning grant proposals. The ExxonMobil Foundation began funding the grant program 19 years ago.
The South Bay Harbor and Long Beach Volunteer Center unveiled its new name. The volunteer organization was recently renamed after retiring CEO and president D.D. Hicks. Hicks plans to retire at the end of the year after nearly 30 years of service connecting local volunteers with area nonprofit groups. The Volunteer Center works with 600 nonprofit organizations across 43 cities. Under her leadership, the Volunteer Center has grown tremendously. The center's operational budget increased from $136,000 to nearly $2 million. In September, Hicks received the Distinguished Citizen of the Year Award from the Torrance Area Chamber of Commerce at the annual State of the City address.
Well, still ahead, the city kicks off Hanukkah festivities.
Plus, we'll take you under the big white tent at Torrance Memorial Medical Center for their annual holiday fundraiser gala.
Hey, Joel Green here, host of Curiosity Quest Goes Green. And did you know that many light bulbs are considered household hazardous waste, meaning they should be disposed of in a safe manner? Did you know why?
Many types of light bulbs contain metals such as mercury. If bulbs are broken, burned, or buried, metals and other toxic chemicals can be released into the environment. To find out where you should be taking your light bulbs, make sure you check in with your city.
Trash, cigarette butts, grass clippings, leaves, and pet waste in the gutter are all potential sources of stormwater pollution. Sweep it up, don't wash it down. RecycleTorrance.org. Whenever you change your used motor oil and filter, make sure to recycle them. It's good for the environment and it's good for you. Earn up to 40 cents per gallon by recycling your used motor oil. RecycleTorrance.org.
City leaders came together to celebrate Hanukkah.
Wonderful Hanukkah, wonderful Christmas, and may it be a joyful time of year for all. Thank you.
Mayor Patrick Fury and members of the City Council lit the menorah in front of City Hall. Other local religious groups also came out for this festive night in Torrance. It was a moment of friendship between many faiths. Rabbi Gary Spiro welcomed Father Thomas Rausch, who spoke about the relationship between members of various faiths.
Well, the Hanukkah celebrations continued at the Del Amo Fashion Center. As the unique tiled menorah was lit, families came together to sing and even dance to kick off the celebrations at the annual Hanukkah Del Amo Fashion Center Festival. Everyone prayed together and asked for peace across the country and abroad. Hanukkah is a Jewish holiday celebrated for 8 days and 8 nights. In Hebrew, the word Hanukkah means dedication, and hopes to remind those celebrating that this holiday commemorates the rededication of the Holy Temple in Jerusalem.
Schweitzer Learning Center is a local resource for challenged kids in the community, and they are honoring some extraordinary women who are making a difference. Reporter Avija Scarborough visited the school and has more.
With the Schweitzer Women of the Year luncheon coming up, Rebecca Fu, the event's creator, says it's important for the honorees to come see what the center is all about.
Well, most of the women that get nominated to be a South Bay Woman of the Year don't know much about Schweitzer Learning Center. And just having a luncheon at the Doubletree Hotel is not going to have them understand who we are and why we hope that they support our organization.
The women who were nominated for their significant work in the community each have unique backgrounds, expertise, and ideas they hope to bring to the children of Schweitzer.
When you understand that life is only 10% what's happening, 90% is what am I going to do about it? How am I going to think? What am I going to say? How am I going to feel? We call it our BAM, our body, our attitude, and our mind.
One of my ideas is a fair where the young people put on the fair for the seniors, and all of a sudden they interact with the senior and they go, "This is great. I am having so much fun."
The women, who were joined by Councilman Mike Griffiths, toured each classroom as Dr. Fu described some of the hardships the students face.
So if you think about it, you have a learning disability, you've got something that was terribly wrong at home because, drugs, abuse, neglect, whatever, poverty has multiple, compacting issues. And you have a lot of fear, frustration, people that don't understand that why you can't learn, you look normal.
In many cases, Schweitzer Learning Center is more than just a school for these students.
We have another young man who had ADHD so bad that it was really difficult for him to learn. And his parents both died, and he was being raised by his grandparents, and then his grandparents both got terminal illnesses while he was a senior, and they both died. And so we truly became this young man's family.
And the students we spoke to seemed to echo that sentiment.
It's a pretty good school.
What is your favorite thing about school here?
The fact that the teachers helped me here is just really helpful.
You love your teachers here? Yeah. That's wonderful.
This is my second home.
The Schweitzer Learning Center will celebrate its 50th anniversary this July, and Dr. Fu says the best gift they could receive is that children all over the world be taught compassion as part of their education. For Torrance City Cable, I'm Avija Scarborough.
Thanks, Avija. The honorees will be recognized at Schweitzer's 2016 South Bay Women of the Year event on February 5th.
And for nearly 2 decades, the Schweitzer Learning Center has honored women making an impact in the South Bay community. This year, 4 recipients are Ghislaine Davis, Patricia Jones, Sherry Kramer, and Cynthia Woodruff-Neer. These women have made significant contributions in areas such as education, business, healthcare, and services to youth. The Schweitzer Learning Center is a nonprofit special education school with therapeutic and family services serving students as young as 8 up to 22 years old. Founded in 1966 by doctor and educator Janet Schweitzer, the center contracts with public school districts to provide high-quality special education.
Torrance Memorial Medical Center continued its tradition of fundraising with its 32nd annual Holiday Festival Gala. And reporter Avija Scarborough was there and takes us inside the big white tent.
The community came together for Torrance Memorial's most important fundraiser of the year. And whether it was donating time or money, giving back to the hospital had personal meaning for many people.
I basically grew up at Torrance Memorial. My father was a physician here. He was a radiologist for years and then was the president of the foundation. And now I followed in his footsteps, and I'm on the foundation board and a radiologist as well.
I have had many surgeries, and this hospital goes beyond expectations when it comes to when you check in, when you are servicing in the hospital, and they come and visit you frequently and make sure everything's good for you, and they just go beyond a normal care.
Money poured in all night through donations as well as the auctions, where people could bid on Christmas trees decorated by the community as part of a time-honored tradition.
There's a variety of themed trees. You'll see the Disney 60th anniversary tree. We have a Lego tree that was decorated by the Torrance Firefighters Association and some foster children. We have surfing Santas, so there's really something for everyone here.
The Christmas trees brought in thousands of dollars, and one donor in particular gave a major gift.
I wish Mr. Alpay was here for this, to announce that Mr. Alpay is giving $10 million to Torrance Memorial Medical Center.
The money raised will go towards improving many of the hospital facilities, including renovations for the North Patient Tower, which offers mother and baby neonatal care.
Proceeds go toward the transformation of the North Patient Tower, and that includes pediatrics, mother-baby. Labor and delivery will stay where it is, but this will all be renovated. And to get new equipment, that wonderful radiology equipment that detects early and saves lives.
By all accounts, the evening was a success.
My dad would be very, very, very proud. Makes me teary. Yeah.
This event tonight is the culmination of a year of preparation and over 10,000 hours of volunteer work. It has brought together all walks of the community who are hoping to make a contribution to their local hospital. For Torrance CitiCABLE, I'm Avisha Scarborough.
Thanks, Avisha. More than 15,000 community members came out for a 6-day holiday festival. Torrance Memorial Medical Center raised more than $500,000 just from their auctions.
Middle school students from across the South Bay showed off a unique set of skills at El Camino College. Torrance CitiCABLE reporter Hibba Summit has the story.
It was an action-packed competition all about robots at El Camino College. But on the other side of this tournament floor, middle school contestants like 11-year-old Ryan Chen from Palos Verdes was preparing for his robot debut, making those final touches.
We're trying to make the catapult work and shoot the balls into the hoop.
Staying up with his team past midnight, Chen has been working on this masterpiece for almost 2 months to get it ready for the South Bay VEX robotics competition. But this isn't his first rodeo. Chen has been creating robots since he was 6 years old.
I think the hardest part is really coming up with the ideas, and once you have that, it's really hard to actually implement it.
The VEX Robotics Tournament is one of the world's fastest growing events, with more than 12,000 teams participating yearly, giving students a chance to keep growing their passion for science and math.
I am going to be coaching the people on there, and I'm going to be having the backup equipment.
It's the 4th year El Camino College has hosted this event, giving their robotics team an opportunity to do outreach.
I'm very excited, and also makes you want to wish you had this when you was at that age.
The tournament is also a proud moment for parents.
They go from competition to competition. It's amazing how confident they feel after they've been able to accomplish each step in involving their robots.
Coach George Kirkman has 4 teams taking part in this event, a former spacecraft engineer who now has his own company that teaches youth how to make robots.
It's really great when a kid kind of sees the light and says, wow, this thing works, and they figure it out. It's so rewarding.
We have a holonomic base, so it can go in 8 different directions. We have great maneuverability.
Using the same robotic systems, 20 teams competing today will have an equal level playing field. Judges will look at their designs, interview the teams, and also see how their robotic systems actually function. And then 3 finalists will be chosen to go to the state championships. With each team competing in 7 qualifying matches, at the end of the day for Chen and his team, it's all about following their passions.
The competition really is just a chance for us all to get together and work on something that we really love.
For Torrance CitiCABLE, I'm Hibba Summit.
Thanks, Hibba. 3 teams moved on to the state championships. The tournament was also a chance to raise money for the El Camino Robotic Club.
Robinson Helicopter is giving a sneak peek of their latest production. In 2016, Robinson Helicopter plans to roll out a new helicopter. The R-44 Cadet will be designated for training and other applications. The helicopter will have the same basic airframe and rotor system. Designers have removed the helicopter's rear seats and reconfigured the compartment for cargo. Some other new features are the newly designed muffler that reduces the helicopter's flyover noise, and it will be able to fly as far as 300 miles between refuelings. The Torrance-based company delivered its first helicopter in 1979. FAA certification is in progress with final flight test expected before the end of the year.
And Toyota is also making sure they leave a mark before the year ends. The Torrance headquartered company is proving their energy efficiency and greenhouse reduction projects are ones to look out for. For the 11th consecutive year, the company has earned the Energy Star Partner of the Year award. Toyota's innovative measures have saved 14 billion kilowatts of energy, enough to power 800,000 average American homes or the city of Chicago for nearly a year. The award is given by the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency.
Honda is taking its company to great heights, and it's quite expensive. The company announced that it will soon start delivering an aircraft, but it's no ordinary one. It's a $4.5 million business jet. The Japan-based company, best known for its cars and motorcycles, is expected to receive certification of its first Honda jet from the Federal Aviation Administration. It's the last step before launching full production from its manufacturing hub in North Carolina. But Honda already has about 25 planes in final assembly and is preparing for pilot training. The jet has been in the making for 3 decades. To give you an image, the jet has engines located on top of the wings and has 20% more cabin space than in a comparable aircraft. The jet was tested in April in Japan. With your holiday decorations up and lit, there are some safety tips you should follow to keep your loved ones and your homes safe. The American Red Cross is spreading awareness about fire safety during the holidays and says there are 7 easy steps you can take. First, keep children, pets, and decorations away from lit candles. When cooking those holiday meals, be sure to keep a close eye on any open flames. Authorities say to never leave the house if the stove or oven is turned on. Next, when purchasing decorations or even trees, look for ones that are flame resistant. Always place decorations away from heat sources and exits, ideally 3 feet away. Next, don't leave portable heaters or fireplaces unattended. Then avoid turning on the fireplace if your Christmas stockings are hung too close to the fire. Lastly, replace strings of lights that have worn or broken cords. Red Cross officials say during the holiday season, over half of the home fires are caused by candles and are started by items being too close to them. For more information, you can visit redcross.org.
With the holiday season just around the corner, the Torrance Police Department is stepping up their presence at one of Southern California's favorite holiday attractions. Reporter Tao Cha was in South Torrance at what many refer to as Sleepy Hollow to explain what measures are being taken to ensure this holiday is safe for everyone.
It's one of the busiest neighborhoods during the holiday season. Often referred to as Sleepy Hollow, this South Torrance neighborhood attracts fans from all over Southern California, driving miles to see the spectacular lights, including former Torrance resident Edie Caraway, who revisits the neighborhood she once grew up in for over 13 years.
Just wanted to bring Sadie out to see, all the lights, and
this is what we do every year.
Enjoy it like I did when I was young.
While there haven't been many reported cases of accidents or crime-related incidents, neighbors say that traffic has worsened over the past few years with its growing popularity. Officer Stuart Scott from the Torrance Police Department says residents this year should see more police presence to help improve the flow of traffic.
We often see people riding in the beds of pickup trucks or hanging out of the sunroof. And we've also seen people, towing people on skateboards behind cars.
Even though there will be an increase in law enforcement, police want to remind drivers to turn on their headlights and make sure that everyone seated is secure at the seatbelt.
Also, pedestrians. We have a lot of people that park here on Pacific Coast Highway and then will jaywalk across, which is very dangerous. We just ask people if they're going to park on PCH that they cross in an intersection before they come in the neighborhood.
Some safety tips that some residents like Chris Week say can be helpful for the neighborhood.
I welcome it. Kind of keeps things, calmed down a little bit.
For these three, enjoying the lights and knowing they are safe is what keeps this a family tradition among 3 generations.
I lived here all my life, but now I live somewhere else. But I brought
still
them.
come back.
We come every year.
For Torrance CitiCABLE, I'm Tao Ta.
Thanks, Chow. You can catch the display of lights every night from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. until New Year's Day. Well, still ahead, if you've ever wanted to visit Torrance's sister city in Japan, we'll tell you how.
Plus, we've got the latest sneak peek at the next sports desk you won't want to miss.
Most party fouls, not a big deal. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving, the ultimate party foul.
Welcome back. Here are a few events coming up. The Torrance Sister City Association is looking for high school applicants for its 2016 Summer Student Exchange Program in Kashiwa, Japan. Students must be a full-time resident in Torrance. The deadline is to apply is December 17th. For more information, you can go to torrancesistercity.org. And Del Amo Fashion Center continues to entertain shoppers. The last of their holiday festivities include the classic Oasis performance from December 18th to the 20th. It goes throughout the day from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. And before we go, we have a sneak peek at the latest sports desk with Mr. Boom Sauce, Colin Kushner.
That's right, Colin. What do you have for us?
Oh, hey there, Jin and Ben. I was just playing a riveting game of dreidel. Happy Hanukkah, everyone. Welcome to the land of Boom Sauce. For all of you viewers, if you hit me up on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook with pics and video showing your school spirit, I'll give you some TV love right here on the show. Here's a sneak peek at what's going down in the world of Torrance sports this week. Prep soccer is back. I'll get you the highlights from pitches all over town. Plus, the Elko women's basketball squad looks to finish off their final 2015 game at Camino Land with a dub. Oy vey! I'll get you all this, some Lock Talk, and plenty more applesauce. That's 4 at 9:30 p.m. right here on CitiCABLE. Boom Sauce! Jin and Ben, back to you.
Thanks, Colin. Well, that does it for us on This Week in Torrance. I'm Ben McCain. If you've missed any portion of our show, you can catch us again at 11 a.m. and 6 p.m.
And I'm Jin Chun. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.